Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. My name is Arsyania Iftikhar and I'm from 11 Science team. And I'm here to share about my resume, about a book where I find very motivating and inspiring. Why do I choose using English in this edition? Because I think the international world should know about our story on President Suharto's era, aka the new era of Indonesia. So the book is titled Laut Bercerita, or Laut Tells the Story. So this book tells about an activist called Biru Laut. He is a university student in Gajah Mada University as an English literature student. He also has a little sister called Asmara Jeti, who is sitting in Indonesia University on School of Medicine, a journalist father, Aryo Wibisana, and a housewife plus a photographer mother. They live in an ordinary but warm house in Ciputat, Jakarta. Laut really adores reading any books written by many critical writers such as Pramudia Anantatur with the book Bumi Manusia. He is also a part of an organization called Winata who solves problems and mysteries of this country on that era. Winata organization, which means dividing fairly, consisting the leader, Kasih Kinanti, with the members Arifin Pramantio, Sunu Diantoro, Daniel Tambuan, Alex Prazon, Gusti Suroso, Biru Laut, and others whom I can't mention one by one. So Laut is famous as the talented writer from Winata. Winata has a base camp at Sayagan Pete Margodadi Kodean village. They could discuss overnight and securely there, because it's actually a haunted house, far from the central city, far from campus, and maybe far from the civilization. But they succeed to renovate it into a warm and alive base camp by painting the walls with historical figures and murals with the help of university artists such as Fatih Hanjani, Abiyasa, Hamdan Murad, Choki Tambuhan. So, short story, Laut fell in love with Ratih Anjani because the amazing mural she made, also the similarity she had with his little sister Asmara Jeti, and also with his best friend Kasih Kinanti. Laut has a routine activity that in every Sunday he will go back home all the way to Ciputat, Jakarta to have dinner with his family. They chit-chat, eat with each other, share their daily activities and their stories. And in some parts, Asmara notices that Laut is up to something dangerous. But then, Laut still manages to comfort them that everything's gonna be okay. But then, when Laut gets back to Sayagan, Winata is having the next mission. They will plant corns at Blambuan, because at that time, Blambuan will be tracked by a bulldozer, because the territorial land will be used by soldiers training, using mortars and guns. That's why they united with Wirasena, the senior organization, Winata from Semarang, Jakarta, Surabaya, and also with Tarakan Yogyakarta to plant corns for the land. But sadly, it didn't succeed. Because when they arrived, there are many police patrols around, and after heading some struggles, they finally decided to go back home. On the way back home, they stopped at Pemurasik to split up. But then they were caught by 5 armed men, dragging them into an unknown place. They were there, intrigated, and then accused by communists. The pioneer asked them several questions, and if he isn't satisfied by their answers, they were slapped their faces with a 1-meter steel ruler and induced them several times on their hands. But then finally, the soldiers decided to set them free. So Mahesa and Baka, Anjali's brother, picked them up into their house. They were comforted with their friends, especially by the leader Kasih Kinanti. She says to Laut that in every step of yours and every step of ours, even seen or not, felt or not, is a contribution. She says that they need to keep moving on. After a year, they moved to other places. Some friends are busy with their own business. Meanwhile, Laut uploads his short story to media. Until one night, Aryo Ebisana, his dad, calls him with a weird tone. Immediately, he noticed that his dad is trapped by insults. He still managed to comfort him that everything's gonna be just fine. And on 13th March 1998, he writes a letter for his little sister Asmara Chetty, who's having a birthday. He says that in every handwriting he made, he will always quote that he is afraid if he will never get to see the difference and the changing of Indonesia that they all wanted. And then, suddenly, the incels succeed to break through his homestay. He was dragged into an unknown place far, far away. Not only just him, but also Daniel Dambuan, Alex Brazon, Julius Sonsonko, and others are there. They were there months by months, trapped, kicked, induced, hanged several times just to be willing one important yet sensitive question. Who is standing behind university students' movement? But still, once again, all of them decided to keep their mouth shut. On Ciputa Jakarta 2000, Laut's family still decides to wait for the first child to come and have dinner together. But no, everything's over. Turns out that the traitor behind all of this was the unsuspectable person, Gusti Suroso, with his blitz camera taking paparazzi of them being tortured. They were definitely tricked by the royal, guilty, but rotten person. Until the day has come, Laut was brought into the sea with his hands and legs tied by ballast irons. He was kicked and then drowned really fast into the bottom of the sea. Just like his name, he will be united with Biru Laut, or the Blue Sea. Asmara Chetty's point of view. Years by years, they still wait and wait for their families, for their friends to come back and live a life like usual. Until one day, President Suharto finally decides to step back from the functionary by himself. And finally, Daniel Tambuan and Alex Brazon are set free. They joined the Missing People Commission and tell about everything that they went through, especially what happened with others. Finally, the truth has been revealed. After a year and year, Asmara manages to enter forensic doctorate because the bones investigation she did with Aswin and Alex pushes her to continue. Alex and Asmara's relationship is getting closer, until one day, Aryo Wibisana, his dad, passed away because he accidentally fell down. Until one day, all of them decided to open their hearts to accept all of the realities with full of sincerity. All of them gathered to the sea with flags and umbrellas, releasing tassels and bouquets on the name of Julius Sasonko, Biru Laut, Maskera, Kasih Kinanti, to the warm sea. And from afar, Asmara Chetty could see two ray fishes jumping and flying. Somehow their flapping wings sounds like a beautiful, arranged Morse code on rhythm. Lautbercerita, Laut Bercerita, or Laut tells the story. They believe that Maskela, Kasih Kinanti, Biru Laut, Julius, Dana will be born again and again, many several times. And also the handwriting that Laut has made, they believe that it will stay alive until the future's next period. All their sacrifices will always stay alive until the future's next period. The sacrifices definitely prove that they play a big role in bringing the country from the dark era into the Reformational new period. They are officially declared as the nation's revolutionary hero. I think that's all from me. Thank you for all your attention, and pardon me for all my mistakes I may have made. I hope you enjoy. Last I say, wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.